All right, well, fair and balanced. It's time for Charlie to wrangle. The New York Democratic Congressman insists it's Republicans who brought us to this brink. Congressman, you know, I love you dearly. That sounds idiotic. But I'm not saying you're idiotic. I'm just saying just blaming Republicans is, what do you think?
I think it would be. I don't think the people that are suffering in the United States today are Republicans and Democrats. They're Americans. They're out of work. And a lot of them really have no hope except to hope that the people in Washington get their act together, Republicans and Democrats.
They never do, though.
But the fact is that, you know, we're talking about how much money the wealthy are making right now. The stock market is booming. You can't just save money by cutting off people and firing people during recession.
You just zoomed them. You just hiked their taxes, limited their deductions.
But what we're talking,
they're coming back and looking at you and saying, enough, no more.
But we're not talking about raising taxes. There's no one I know of that can honestly say that our tax system is riddled with loopholes that should be closed. If it had nothing to do with the recession, nothing to do with the deficit, you would have to make certain that people who don't deserve it, or maybe the credit or the deduction is no longer necessary, maybe the industry that had the tax incentive has become so successful that they should have a fairer system.
I don't begrudge the fact going at the closing loopholes, but here's what I worry about, Congressman, and it just kind of gnaws at me. It's always so much easier to hike taxes than it ever is to cut spending. And so the rap against your party, and maybe you could disavow me of the notion, is that you would sooner hike than cut anytime, every time. The last deal, the budget brink deal, this deal where you change the rules going into it and after the fact, even Bob Woodward claimed that. So I don't know. You definitely too much.
You put a whole lot of things together that annoy you, but
I'll cut to the chase. It seems that your party lies a lot.
Forget the parties and the lies. The facts are just too simple. Nobody's going to tell you that just cutting and laying off people during a recession is good for the economy.
Is this a recession now?
Of course, we're coming out of it.
No, this is a recession. You're saying this is a recession now?
I'm saying that we're
so why would you hike taxes in the middle of a recession?
We are not talking about raising taxes. You know, you sound so much like a small group of people who believe that closing loopholes, reforming, it raises revenue, but it's not considered.
No.
You already said that.
I'm not the only. We have a poll, Congressman, that shows when a lot of Americans were asked this subject about, get serious about this, how will the country get the budget deficit under control? Nearly 6 out of 10 said only with automatic cuts. 29% of lawmakers can do it, 14% went short.
Nobody says that you shouldn't have revenue and tax cuts, both of them. And you shouldn't just have tax cut. You should have something to get people back to work.
When your Republican colleagues, Congressman, say, all right, Charlie, we gave you our pound of flesh. We didn't like it, but we swallowed it and accepted tax hikes. We didn't like it, but we did. And we got a deal where they feel they were snookered. Now, you say they were not. And so when the follow-up deal comes, you say, we're going to need more tax hikes. Why do you blame them for not feeling a little bit put aside?
You're telling me how Republicans feel that we did. Republicans and members of Congress haven't given anything. It's just a stupid attitude that some people have signed and said, under no circumstances should anyone have a tax increase. You can make your oath to people other than the Constitution, but the truth of the matter is that we are talking about closing loopholes, and that's raising revenue. That's not just taxes.
I'm fine. And they're fine with that. I guess what I'm curious about is why leap to the revenue thing? All fine. John McCain was sitting where you are saying just the same thing.
Okay.
What is wrong with then saying, all right, you're going to close loopholes. We are going to do this. It's the we are going to do this. We're Democrats bull shy.
That
deal, that budget,
that's
Congressman,
not so.
You know the budget math better than anyone. That last deal was better than 40-1 spending over.
But get the last deal. We're talking about.
That's what they remember. That's what they remember.
Listen, their job is not to talk about where we've been. Their job is to talk about where we're going. And the question is that a sequester is not healthy for the party, and it's not healthy for the country.
When it's 40+1 spending, tax hikes over spending cuts, can you blame Republicans for looking at this and saying, no?
We are talking about people who are out of work that we want to create jobs for, and you're talking about some cockamamie economic formula.
No, I'm not. I'm just talking about
what
facts.
Republicans have done the last time is so that they went in their pocket and they taxed the top 1%.
I just say a pox on both your houses, right? A pox on both your houses.
Well, a pox only to the extent that we can't get along, but don't say that you just have to do cutting. You have to provide
well, then
jobs.
Don't say you have to just do revenues.
No one is saying that.
Okay.
Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security, I don't think should be on the table if this is not going to help raise revenue.
Okay.
If it's not going to raise revenue, don't cut it.
All right. You seem angry. I'm just telling you that what is.
I'm not. I'm just trying to make it a little fair and balanced.
All right. There you go. Charlie